habits that can make you life longer. What if I told you that living longer doesn't require drastic diets, hours in the gym, or radical life changes? What if adding just a few extra minutes of sleep, a bit more movement, and a couple more servings of vegetables could meaningfully increase your lifespan? Today we're diving into the science of longevity, how the tiniest lifestyle tweaks can dramatically boost your health, extend your life, and reshape the future of human health. If you want to live longer and healthier, this video will show you exactly how small habits add up big time. Have you ever wondered how to live longer without drastic diets, expensive supplements, or punishing gym routines? What if I told you that a few minutes of extra sleep, just a couple minutes of added movement, or an extra serving of veggies could actually add years to your life? Not just more time alive, but more time in good health. That's not hype. That's what science is now telling us. New research suggests that some of the smallest lifestyle changes, practiced consistently, can dramatically boost your health, longevity, and quality of life. And you don't have to turn your life upside down to see results. This isn't about fad diets or miracle pills. It's about simple human health habits, rooted in real science, that help you live longer and live healthier. Today, we're unpacking those tiny behavior tweaks that add up to big benefits for your body and brain. We're talking about healthy habits, pillars of a healthier life, and habits to make you live longer, all backed by a growing mountain of research. When most people think about living longer, they imagine massive overhauls, hitting the gym for hours, strict diets, cutting out all the bad stuff. But a groundbreaking study found that you don't need to make huge changes to see a meaningful boost in lifespan, or health span that is, the years you live free from disease. Researchers from the University of Sydney examined data from nearly 60,000 participants in the UK Biobank, the giant health database, to see how minor adjustments in daily habits correlate with lifespan and health span. What they found should change how we think about healthy living. Tiny lifestyle tweaks could add years to your life. For those with poor lifestyle habits, adding as little as 5 extra minutes of sleep per night to more minutes of moderate exercise per day. Just a couple extra tablespoons of vegetables could increase life expectancy by about a year. That's not pie-in-the-sky stuff. That is real, measurable change just from minutes and tablespoons. And the implications are huge because these are tiny improvements anyone can start doing today. The researchers also looked at what happens when people combine a few of these healthy habits together, and the results were even more striking. For example, adding 20 for more minutes of sleep, exercising for more minutes, eating 1 extra cup of vegetables and a serving of whole grains per day could extend your health span, years free of disease, by about 4 years. Now let's think about that. You don't have to jog for miles or cut every favorite food out of your diet. Small healthy habits, like a few extra minutes of sleep, a modest increase in movement, and a slightly better diet, can add meaningful years to your life. That's the future of human health, making better choices easier and more sustainable, not overwhelming. Small changes add up, the science behind it. You might be asking, how can just a few extra minutes of sleep or movement make a difference? The answer lies in something scientists call cumulative effects, tiny changes that compound over time. Here's what multiple recent studies show. Even a short daily walk could reduce early death risk by around 7 to 10% when paired with slightly less sitting time. Adding vegetables, whole grains, or reducing processed food can improve metabolic health, reduce inflammation, and lower the risk of chronic diseases. Increasing sleep even slightly, from poor sleep habits to just a bit more rest, improves cardiovascular health, brain function, and immune resilience. What these studies show, collectively, is that health isn't a black and white category where you're either healthy or unhealthy. It's a spectrum. And every positive choice nudges you further toward living longer and feeling better. That's powerful stuff, especially because it means everyone can find a foothold for improvement, no matter where they're starting. The pillars of a healthier life: So what exactly are the lifestyle pillars that scientists agree influence longevity the most? There are three core areas: sleep quality and quantity, physical activity and movement, diet and nutrition. Each one is a pillar of a healthier life, and the research shows they are interconnected. Improving one often makes it easier to improve another. Let's break them down. 1. Sleep more than just rest. Most adults know they should sleep more, and now research quantifies how even small changes in sleep habits can influence longevity. The study found that merely adding a few extra minutes of sleep per night and striving toward the commonly suggested 7 to 8 hours correlates with longer lifespan and better health outcomes. But here's the twist: you don't have to sleep perfectly to get benefits. Even a modest improvement from, say, 6 hours to 6 hours 30 minutes a night appears to make a difference. That puts the focus on consistently accessible healthy habits instead of perfection. Improved sleep helps with heart health, immune function, memory and cognitive resilience, mood regulation. And those effects cascade into your overall health and longevity. 2. Physical activity. It's not about gym time. Contrary to long-held beliefs that only structured workouts matter, recent research shows that even brief bursts of activity throughout your day contribute to a longer, healthier life. Vigorous intermittent lifestyle physical activity, or VILPA, which includes things like climbing stairs, brisk walking, or even carrying groceries, can significantly reduce mortality risk. Just 9 to 10 daily brief episodes of activity, even if only 30 to 45 seconds each, are linked to about 40% lower risk of dying prematurely. That's good news if you've ever felt you need to spend hours in a gym to earn your health. In reality, movement adds up, and every bit counts toward longevity. Take a page from regions called blue zones, places around the world where people naturally live well into their 90s or even 100s. They don't usually run marathons. They don't obsess over workouts. They move naturally through their day, gardening, walking, chores, and that cumulative daily movement supports living longer and healthier. Diet and nutrition. Small choices, big impact. Most longevity studies point to diet as a linchpin of human health. But again, the key is habitual, manageable changes, not extremes. For example, researchers found that adding a cup of vegetables or a serving of whole grains to your daily diet, even without overhauling everything you eat, is associated with added years of life and extended health span. Here's what diet improvements do for your body. Reduce inflammation, improve gut health, stabilize blood sugar, lower risk of chronic disease. The takeaway: you don't have to starve yourself or follow a strict diet, but choosing whole, unprocessed foods more often builds a foundation for long-term health and a future of human health full of potential. The future of human health: small steps, big gains. One of the exciting implications of this research is that we're shifting away from high-threshold health advice, run 5 miles a day or turn your diet upside down, toward accessible, realistic changes that create widespread impact. It turns out that when you move the goalpost closer, focus on manageable, incremental things, people are more likely to stick with healthy habits. That means sustainable habits that improve your health span, not just brief bursts of effort that fade after a month. And here's a punchline worth repeating: tiny changes equals large cumulative benefits. That's a powerful message because it removes the intimidation factor of healthy living and replaces it with actionable, realistic steps that almost anyone can take. What this means for you. So what are the key takeaways? You don't need massive overhauls to boost longevity. A few extra minutes of sleep, movement, and an improved diet can add years to your life. Healthy habits compound over time, creating deeper impacts on human health, not just short-term gains. Pillars of a healthier lifestyle: sleep, movement, nutrition, work best in combination.